Welcome to Hours Per Dollar, a new series in which I hope to explore games in my library based on whether I can get at least 1 hour of gameplay for every dollar spent. In today's first ever episode, a monumental game that shook the gaming industry and took it by storm, still talked about today, we're looking at Plants vs. Zombies. Game of the Year edition. What year? I don't know. Probably every year. Let's get into it. PvZ is one of the first games I've ever played. I grew up with hours poured into various flash game websites, dodging school firewalls to play classics like BTD, the Papa series, Super Smash Flash, the greats. But of these games, and the ones that continued past their Flash game beginnings, Plants vs. Zombies has been the mainstay in the classics pile. Now, on a side note, while writing the script for this video, I actually discovered that Ninja Kiwi, a very large video game publisher that made a whole bunch of these amazing Flash games, actually ported basically all of their classic Flash games to Steam in a collection called the Ninja Kiwi Archive, so I don't know, it's worth checking out. I definitely had a lot of fun rediscovering old favorites. If for some reason you've been living under a rock for the past 15 years, or you're the type of person who thinks that Master Chief is a Fortnite character, PvZ is a tower defense game where you plant plants and they shoot zombies that shamble across your lawn. Pretty simple. PvZ was released May 5th, 2009 by PopCap Games, better known at the time for Bejeweled, Zuma, and Peggle, which you definitely have heard of at least one of those things. They were bought out by EA in 2011 for about $750 million, and, well, EA-ified. There are other PvZ titles, but mostly speaking, they had traits of the classic EA bullshittery we've come to know and despise. Across 50 different levels, the zombies go from your front yard to your backyard to your roof, all in their increasing attempts to eat your brain. All the while, you receive advice from your neighbor, Crazy Dave.
Wabby wobble.
My god, this man is amazing. Who also operates a questionable little shop where you can purchase upgrades. The gameplay loop is simple to understand, but gains complexity through the vast array of zombies, plants, and environmental hazards. That and the collection of minigames leaves a lot to do in such a small game. An average playthrough of PvZ will take you about 8 hours. If you're a completionist like me, then it can take upwards of 40. Currently, I have 40.4 hours in the game, and I haven't gotten all of the Steam achievements yet because some are really tedious. The price of PvZ is a little tricky. The one on Steam that I have 40 hours in is only $5, but for mobile the game was $3 before it was made free with ads. Because I'm only able to track the number of hours that I have on Steam, that's the one I'm gonna go with, which leaves us with a final hour per dollar count of 8.1. Now, I know for a number of factors this isn't going to really stand out to you. Number one, because I'm a tiny YouTuber, nobody's ever heard of me before, and number two, because this is the first time I've ever done this, but 8.1 is an absolutely excellent hour per dollar score. I'll put it on the benchmark here. It exists alone, and it's the first. PvZ is unique in that it's a game that I have played both as a young child and as an adult. The first time I ever played this game, it was absolutely mind-blowing, really addictive, and just super fun. And I think that those sentiments have stayed the same even as I've gotten older and played it again. There have been no real big changes to the game, no fancy features, no in-game store, nothing like that, because it doesn't need to. It's just a simple little game that you pick up, have fun, and then, drop when you're done. It's a really great reminder of simpler times, when games were made because games were fun, and people played games to have more fun. And for that reason, I think this game has a very special place in my heart as a 10 out of 10. And with an hour per dollar score of 8.1, I absolutely wholeheartedly recommend getting this game and playing it through 50 bajillion times. Like, really, if you don't own this game, what's wrong with you? PvZ needs no explanation. It's a staple in the game industry throughout the late 2000s and even throughout the 2010s. It's a game that holds up really, really well even after so many years, and since playing it kind of needs no processing power whatsoever, it means you can play it anywhere for a quick fun experience. It is really sad to see the way the game has gone, especially on the mobile market, but the PC edition is still worth your time.